Alright team, we have a patient with pneumonitis, vaginitis, and nephitis. What are your thoughts on a diagnosis?
Well, based on those symptoms, it could be a bacterial infection causing the inflammation.
Or it could be a fungal infection, especially with the presence of vaginitis.
I'm leaning towards an allergic reaction with those symptoms.
Antibiotic sensitivity testing. We need to confirm the cause of the infection before proceeding.
But what about treatment? What do you suggest, Hawks?
We don't have time to waste. I recommend we perform a wedge resection on the lung. It's risky, but it's our best shot at saving the patient's life.
Are you sure about this, Hawks? It's a dangerous procedure.
I didn't become a damn doctor to play it safe, Kelly.
We're going ahead with the wedge resection. Now, let's get prepped for surgery.
Tracy, thanks for seeing me. I need to discuss a procedure for my patient.
Of course, Hawks. What's going on?
I want to perform a wedge resection on my patient with antibiotic sensitivity testing. It's crucial for their treatment.
Hawks, are you sure about this? That's a major procedure to undertake without certainty.
I've been doing this for years, Tracy. I know what I'm doing. Trust me on this.
I understand, but we need to ensure we're making the best decision for the patient's health.
I know what's best for my patient, Tracy. I won't have my expertise questioned like this.
Hawks, I'm just trying to make sure we have all the information before moving forward. Let's discuss this further.
Fine, but I know what needs to be done. My patient's life is at stake here.
Oh no, this is not good. The patient is in critical condition after the wedge resection. I can't believe this happened. How am I going to tell Hawks that the wedge resection was not the correct treatment for the antibiotic sensitivity testing?
This is a real setback. I need to come up with a plan.
To address this situation.
What in the world were you thinking? You nearly killed the patient with your incompetence. Wrong wedge resection, lung wedge resection, lung, wrong diagnosis. Unbelievable.
We thought it was a mild case of pneumonia. It wasn't obvious.
Maybe it was a rare form of lung cancer that mimics pneumonia symptoms.
Or perhaps it was a lung abscess that went undetected during our initial assessment.
You're all a bunch of clueless imbeciles. I can't believe I trusted you with this patient. Get your act together or get out of my hospital. Shocks storms out of the room. I just can't seem to figure out what's wrong with the patient we saw this morning.
Maybe you should consider a different approach? Have you thought about checking for allergies?
I did, but nothing abnormal showed up in the tests.
What about looking into autoimmune diseases? That could explain the symptoms.
That's a good point. I'll look into that angle.
See, sometimes you just need a fresh perspective.
Wait a minute. I think I know what it is now. Thanks, Johnson. Gotta go.
Wait, where are you going? You can't just leave me hanging like this.
Sorry for the intrusion, but we have a pressing issue here.
Hawks, what are you doing? You can't just barge in here without proper gear.
This is unacceptable, Hawks. You're compromising the safety of the patient and all of us.
Hawks, you need to leave right now. This is not how we operate in the OR.
I understand your concerns, but we need to address the previous mistake in the antibiotic sensitivity testing. I believe the patient actually has Glanzmann's thrombasthenia. I can't believe you're congratulating me after all the trouble we went through because you didn't trust my diagnosis in the first place.
Well, if I had listened to you, the patient might not have survived. You can't just jump to conclusions without considering all possibilities.
But I knew my diagnosis was right from the beginning. If you had just trusted my instincts, we wouldn't have wasted so much time.
Your arrogance almost cost a life today, Hawks. You need to learn to work as a team and not act on your own all the time.
I'm not arrogant. I'm confident in my abilities. And maybe if you weren't so stubborn, we could have avoided this entire mess.
Stubborn? I was just being cautious and thorough, unlike someone I know.
I can't work with someone who doesn't respect my expertise. Maybe it's time we reconsider our partnership, Tracy.